effects. So it would go from maybe like flipping the frames or maybe zoom in on the guy's head and just a lot of different frames, maybe mess with the color of it. With 3 images, I was able to make a full 2-minute, 40-second video.
And what was the inspiration for that?
At first, I wanted to use it for another song, but actually, the thing is I just want to try animation because I really like animated music videos. Gorillaz, Feel Good Inc., to me, and can argue all you want, that's the best music video of all time. And one of my favorite pieces of animation, and I'm a guy who watches too much Adventure Time and too much Family Guy, too much South Park for his own good. So I just kind of like, you know what, I can't really draw. I mean, I can draw, but, you know, can't draw to a high skill because I haven't put in the practice or the time or the effort, whatever. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to do something simple. I'm going to try a couple 8-bit art, which is something I do know how to do, and then do, you know, some frames of that and make that a video.
So the Gorillaz are like a big inspiration.
Musically and, yes, visually, just everything they do I love. I'm super excited that they confirmed their new Phase 4. So they'll be releasing a new slew of music in not this year, but the next year.
Oh.
So I am very excited for that. Yes, they are one of the bigger band influences in terms of, you know, just in terms of just how they've done it. Because they've done something very original, and they've made some very good music in a very unconventional manner. And I love the idea of they're collaborative. I like collabing, even though haven't done a lot of collabing myself. Mm-hmm. I do like the idea of bringing out different talent, because it's not necessarily that the talent's better than you. It's the idea that there's a new angle. And that's the thing with music. It's about sound. It's not notes, it's not harmony, it's not pitch. It's sound. What sound appeals to you the most? And so, you know, that's why there's different genres and, you know, different things. And I think I just like how the Gorillaz create sound and the things around that sound, like their visuals.
Wow, well, they are cool. Damon Albarn and
Jamie Hewlett is the artist.
That's the artist. Okay.
Yes, he did Tank Girl, I believe, was his thing.
And then their websites are usually pretty awesome. Like when you go to the
They do a lot of their websites themselves. It's an in-house thing. They don't really ship out their websites because they want it a certain way. Oh, the thing that was disappointing is that, you know, for Demon Days, that website was really cool and really boosted up and really awesome. And for Plastic Beach, it felt really subdued. And I think they realized that no one was really using their website anymore.
Now, Plastic Beach was that island, right?
Plastic Beach is the island. That's Phase 3.
Ah, now wait, what are the phases?
Phase 1 is the original Gorillaz album, which includes NG sides. Phase 2 is Demon Days and D-sides. And Phase 3 is actually the biggest phase, which is Plastic Beach, which is the fall, and which I believe Do Your Thing, which is the Converse single, is included in that.
Oh, that Converse single that had Andre 3000 on it.
It might be a Phase 4 thing now that Phase 4 is coming out, but it fits with Phase 3 a bit.
Interesting. Gosh. So that's the kind of thing you want to do?
The kind of thing I want to do is just make music that appeals to people, that appeals not to myself foremost. It doesn't matter if I like my own music, which, you know, I think everyone, even if you're making, you know, fart noises, is going to like their own music, just because, you know, why would they spend so much time doing it if they didn't, you know, feel like they were good at it? But I just want, you know, stuff that at least a certain group of people could be like, meh, that's nice, I like it. And that's it. That's my only goal.
Well, I'd rather listen to your music than fart noises, so.
Thanks. That's. I'll take that as a compliment, I guess.
It was meant to be a compliment. I like the song One Up, and it's got this really kind of a warped flute thing going on in it. And what was the inspiration for this one? You know,
I just don't really get inspired by things. Anytime I try to make a track sound like something, I usually fail. I did make a steampunk kind of song recently on purpose, and some guy's gonna put some vocals to that, but we'll see how that goes.
Steampunk?
Yeah. But I've never tried steampunk before, but I went with the intention of making steampunk, and I got, you know, something steampunk sound. But I never usually try to go in with intentions, because then I end up with nothing. I kind of get caught in my own ways, or if I try to make something, I end up with something else. So there's no inspiration. It's just whatever sounds good, and I build off of that.
What does a steampunk sound like? Is it like
lots of heavy with violin. So lots of like, it's a mixture of kind of like an imagination of what the Industrial Revolution would sound like. So a lot of those stringed instruments which mixed with a lot of just heavy noises.
Wow.
Is the best way I can describe it.
Okay, well, One Up isn't steampunk.
No. One Up, but again, you asked me like if I get inspired by anything. It's noise, because if I were making lyrics, yes, there would be things that inspired me. Mm-hmm. You know, like maybe, for example, my cat that's actually sitting in front of me right now, or, you know, my shoes, whatever, that all beat up and stuff. Like, whatever, I could write a song about that. Mm-hmm. But when it's sound, it's just like, oh, that sounds good. Let me work off of that. So it doesn't, you know, I do sometimes try to make things that sound like other things, but those just usually end up not working out, and I end up with a song that sounds completely different from what I started, you know, in my head.
Well, Anthony, that's wonderful. This is One Up, and it's from, what's Basic? Is it Basic Art that it's
Basic
from?
Art. Yeah, and I actually took that photo myself for the cover and edited it myself.
Oh, wait, that's that, like, dark one?
It's what it is. I forget what I took a picture of in the first place. I think it was some trees or something, maybe some outdoors, but I used my iPad. This album, I think I did 100% myself. There was one, actually no, because the feature track I didn't include on the album. So this was kind of all kind of me effort. I did all the photos, I've done all the videos by myself. It's kind of just been a me effort, which is nice. I can, you know, say I've done a piece of work by myself, released a full length, you know, work with, you know, doing the photo myself. But yeah, I just did the photo editor and did all that stuff, and it's kind of a swirly effect, and it looks really cool. And, you know, photography people are really into circles, and so it's just a good cover from a photography standpoint, and it's just something I'm proud of. I know it's not, you know, like a, you know, oh my god, great album, but as a first project, as a place to start, I am more than happy with it.
And that's at Idiot Music Production Studio
at bandcamp.com. Yeah, no, I think it's idioticmusicproductions.bandcamp.com.
Oh, idiotic,
yes.
Music Productions.
Because actually, Idiot was already taken, and I actually found that webpage, but he releases kind of comedy stuff. So,
so Idiotic Music Productions Studio.
No studio.
Oh, studio. No, just productions.
Just productions.
Bandcamp.com.
Bandcamp.com. I mean, and the thing is that you do have to buy it, but I put it for cheap. I mean, if you're able to get a hold of me personally and you want the tracks for free, I will give them out to you. I'm actually a big fan of pirating music, but I also want you to pirate with effort. Because the thing is that, you know, if you're gonna do it, you got to do some work into it. And actually, you know, you got to find your ways to pirate. You got to do your ways to stuff. So if I give you the free, I will give you the free tracks if you want hold of them. If you want to release into the world, I am perfectly all right with it. I don't need any money off of this hobby. But I'm not just gonna release the track to free for any idiot to get a hold of that doesn't know how to, you know, pirate themselves. Kind of a weird viewpoint on that, and I'm actually a big fan of piracy. And if I had the ability to, I guess, release a song for free, which Bandcamp kind of does and doesn't allow, because there's only a limited number of free downloads. And I wouldn't want to be in a position to, like, here some people can have it for free and others can't. I'd rather make it an even playing field. And I think that's, I guess, what putting a low price on it does. But actually, the funny thing is you can get the entire album for less than 2 individual tracks. The album is $1, but every individual track is 51 cents.
Well, there you go.
That's the way Bandcamp works. It's weird. So, but I like that because it encourages you to buy all the songs and not just listen to singles.
Do you have an email that people can contact you at?
Right, just a personal email, antmanvernon305@gmail.com. That's Ant as in A-N-T, man as in M-A-N, Vernon as in George Washington State, V-E-R-N-O-N. That's a V, not B. I have a problem with that. And at gmail.com.
There you go. Okay, and let's play One Up. It's Anthony Vernon on Mike's Daily Podcast. Woo! Up. That is Anthony Vernon as we go outside the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Tomorrow, the finale of my Into an interview with Anthony.
And here's today's podcast picture.
And you can see a picture of, well, Anthony's art there at MIKEs-DAILY-Podcast.com. He did that.
Michael Master, it's very nice. I'm not going to criticize.
Did you get all that residue off you from the root beer bag?
Yes, you, asking me that question now.
I am. I was just asking it.
And I am saying, I got it all off! Yeah!
That's good. That's good. The smell was a little bit much. But now that we're outside there and the clean air is here, it's okay. I don't care as much.
That's good, Michael Masu.
Mike, this guy that you were talking to for like 2 hours and he's criticizing your show day. He sounds like a real day.
Yeah, Mike. Why do you have friends like that? Do you know that?
Well, you know what? We have friends of all colors of the rainbow, don't we? That's how our lives are. And I think deep in his heart of hearts, he's trying to help, but at the same time, it comes off, a little bit like it didn't help. It's just, instead of tearing down, why don't you appreciate some of the things that I do? One of the things he told me, this is fascinating. He says that research has been done, and apparently the word podcast doesn't test well. Well, you know the name of this show. I'm pretty much screwed if I can't use that word. I'm not going to call it Mike's Daily. I think that's already taken. I'm not going to call it Mike's Daily Show because there's already the Daily Show. It's a podcast. That's what it is. The name podcast has been around for 10 years now. It's celebrated an anniversary.